I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I'm sure you've heard a lucky person say that. Some people always get lucky breaks. They stumble into good fortune and always come out on top. Why do some people seem so lucky? Lucky people are lucky not by chance, but because they notice unexpected opportunities, opportunities that other people cannot see. In The Art of War, Sun-tzu taught that seeing an opportunity is a skill we can learn, and in fact, we must learn if we are to apply his strategic system. Psychologist Dr. Richard Wiseman, the author of The Luck Factor, conducted interviews and experiments with more than 400 volunteers for over a decade. In one experiment, Wiseman filmed two people who volunteered to participate in a study but needed to be told what the study was about. They would meet the researcher at a coffee shop, and the researcher would explain the study to them. Brenda described herself as a walking disaster, while Martin, who had just won the lottery, considered himself very lucky. The researcher put a $5 note on the ground in front of a coffee shop. Then he pretended to be a successful businessman while waiting inside for the volunteers. Entering the coffee shop, Martin saw the $5 note on the ground and picked it up. He went inside, sat down, and started a conversation with what he thought was a wealthy businessman. Brenda never saw the $5 note, walking right over it. She entered the coffee shop, sat beside the fake businessman, and waited silently. She never spoke to anyone. Later, both volunteers were interviewed and asked if anything lucky or unlucky happened to them that day. Martin was excited about finding the $5 note and talking with the wealthy businessman. Brenda described her day as mundane. Both volunteers had the same opportunities, but only Martin felt lucky. After a decade of research, Wiseman concluded that the concept of luck is very straightforward. Some people notice opportunities and others don't. Sun-tzu said in The Art of War that we must train ourselves to see opportunities to advance our strategic position. Once we understand how to identify opportunities, we will see them everywhere, and the best opportunities will come unexpectedly. Opportunities often hide in the shadows of our awareness. We tend to overlook openings simply because they aren't visible at first glance. It's in those unseen gaps where the real possibilities lie, waiting for us to discover them. We typically use the word opportunity to describe any situation that offers an advantage. In Sun Tzu's strategy, opportunity describes an opening that moves us toward our goal. By focusing on these openings, we can seize the moment and quickly advance our position. We want to position ourselves strategically for maximum advantage as swiftly and effectively as possible, which takes a certain boldness. Fortune favors the bold, they say. And it's true. Lucky people are unafraid to try new things, take risks, and talk to people they don't know. Lucky people have a welcoming, relaxed approach to life that keeps their minds clear to see opportunities. This comes across as calm confidence and an openness that people find attractive. Lucky people expect social interactions with others to be smooth, pleasant, and productive. They like meeting new people and have positive, unplanned encounters every day. They understand the wisdom of the old saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know." Lucky people love new experiences and projects. They are curious and constantly checking new things out. Lucky people are doers. They collect experiences. They do not overthink or overanalyze. They are action-oriented. Trying new things gives them the benefit of learning through experience. Sun Tzu understands this perfectly. Central to his strategy is learning how to identify openings that move us closer to our goal. In The Art of War, he writes, "Your war can take any shape. It must avoid the strong and strike the weak. Water follows the shape of the land that directs its flow. Your forces follow the enemy who determines how you win." The competitive environment creates all our opportunities for us. Trying to create or force opportunities is a waste of time and resources. Yet, we can position ourselves so that more opportunities cross our path. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu speaks of heaven and the ground as our environment. Ground is the arena we choose to compete in. Heaven, or climate, refers to anything in our environment that is out of our control. Like the weather or the beliefs and attitudes of those around us, the climate of any environment is constantly changing, and we can't control it. While we can't command the climate, we can use it to our advantage. Time is the master of climate, and its first rule is simple: change is the only constant. A strategic warrior embraces change, viewing it not as a hurdle, but as a source of opportunity. If everything stays the same, new opportunities will never arise. Understand that the ever-changing climate sets the stage for action. It opens doors for you to seize the moment and make your move. So, to discover more opportunities, seek out new experiences, be friendly and outgoing, talk to strangers, and make new friends. Sun-tzu taught that opportunities in life come through people. He said in The Art of War, "As a warrior, discover opportunities by listening to others. Adapt to your real world, not your fantasies. Seek help from those with a broad viewpoint. Seek opportunities in the events that arise in your life. This is how you discover your options and create your best possible future." 19th century mathematician George Boole concluded thousands of years later that probability is expectation founded upon partial knowledge. We don't know what possibilities, if any, will open by our decision to talk to strangers and make new friends, but consider this. The average person knows around 300 individuals by their first name, and each of those 300 knows another 300 by their first name. That's 300 times 300 people. Connecting with just one person means you're one step away from reaching 90,000 potential opportunities. Sun-tzu said, "Your numbers determine your calculations. Your calculations determine your decisions. Your decisions determine your victory." Sun-tzu believes success is about shaping how people see you. Your goal is to attract supporters, not opponents. It's winning the war without fighting. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun-tzu emphasizes the power of focusing on the opportunities right in front of us to boost our chances of success. He also teaches us to consider the cost to reward before pursuing any opportunity. Being friendly, talking to strangers, and making friends takes minimal effort. There are no downsides, and the potential upside could improve your life in ways you couldn't have imagined. Sun-tzu makes it clear that competition always involves comparison. We judge everyone and are, in turn, judged by others. People do favors for those they trust and like. Sun-tzu believed that true success hinges on mastering the perceptions of those around you. It's all about controlling how people view you. Isolation spells death if you want to be lucky. People who consider themselves unlucky rarely have unplanned encounters. When they do, they are often negative. If you're an introvert, don't despair. Introverts are typically very good at cultivating the skill of becoming aware of opportunities. Practice your social skills so you can be ready. Learn to speak up at the right time. A little friendliness often goes a long way. A fortunate life isn't just about seizing unexpected opportunities. It involves much more. One crucial aspect is how lucky and unlucky individuals respond differently to bad luck. Our attitude and approach to misfortune play a significant role in shaping our overall fortune. Yes, lucky people experience bad luck like everyone else. But lucky individuals have a fascinating way of viewing their misfortune. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, they often imagine how worse things could have been. This mindset not only lifts their spirits, but also boosts their self-esteem and overall outlook. By maintaining a positive perspective, they keep their hopes high for the future, which, remarkably, enhances their chances of continuing to attract good fortune. It's a compelling cycle of optimism and luck. Many years ago, I broke my leg when a car hit me. As I recovered, I realized how horrible things could have been. I could have been crippled and walked with a limp for the rest of my life. Or, even worse, I could have lost my leg. This outlook lifted my spirits and made me feel lucky to only have a broken leg. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity, Sun-tzu wrote. To Sun-tzu, misfortune was part of the changing climate, beyond our control, and a source of opportunity. He taught that victory comes from finding opportunities in problems. We need to stay focused when misfortune hits because opportunities will open up. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. The art of war has a Taoist perspective. Sun-tzu was clearly influenced by the Tao Te Ching, which says, "Follow your path to the end. Accept difficulty as an opportunity. This is the sure way to end up with no difficulties at all." Psychologist Richard Wiseman's survey found that people who consider themselves lucky pay more attention to intuition than others when making decisions. Almost 90% said they listen to intuition in their personal relationships, and 80% in their career choices. Sun-tzu stressed that intuition is an essential trait of a general. He recognized that while good soldiers may be skilled in battle, not all can challenge effective command. This highlights a constant truth. Education and experience are valuable, but they alone don't guarantee success. Instead, qualities like intuition play a crucial role in guiding successful strategies and decisions. By embracing Sun Tzu's wisdom, you can sharpen your intuition. As Sun Tzu's aphorisms become part of your mental framework, you naturally outthink and outmaneuver your opponents. Ultimately, his teachings are not just about strategy, they're about becoming a faster, more effective thinker. Sun Tzu noted that the basis for seeing opportunity is your character and core life philosophy. Your individuality allows you to see specific opportunities that others miss. Your philosophy, or approach to life, is the anchor of your strategic position. A warrior must go into battle believing he will win. Doubt will only lead to defeat. Sun Tzu says, "Being unconquerable lies with yourself." Superior strategic thinking gives you the confidence that you will come out on top. Sun Tzu's methods teach you to strategically position yourself to win before the battle begins. He says, "Therefore, the victories of good warriors are not noted for cleverness or bravery. Their victories are not flukes because they posit on themselves where they will surely win, prevailing over those who have already lost." Whether you realize your dreams will depend on your attitude and beliefs about yourself and your life. Lucky people consider themselves fortunate. They always see themselves coming out on top, and that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sun Tzu said, "The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy." Imagine the possibilities if you adopt this mindset. When your attitude is one of always expecting positive outcomes, you start doing those things that tip the odds in your favor. You must be confident and expect success. Otherwise, you will likely give a half-assed effort and quit when things get tough. When lucky people fail, they try again, even when the odds are stacked against them. They refuse to entertain ideas other than the best outcome, which keeps them moving forward. Lucky folks refuse to dwell on past misfortune. Their focus is fixed on all their past wins, which gives them an upbeat attitude. This optimistic perspective keeps their mind open and ready for opportunity no matter what happens. Lucky individuals anticipate a life filled with good fortune and actively seek out opportunities. Remember, lucky people have just as many problems as everyone else, but their perspective sets them apart. They don't dwell on failure, but look for lessons and solutions and move on. Sun Tzu taught that good luck was not a matter of superstition. In the art of war, he said, "Prohibit the taking of omens and do away with superstitious doubts. Then, until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared." Good luck visits everyone, and it's not about magic. We can spot chances others might miss by viewing the world through Sun Tzu's perspective, and we can trust our gut feelings when making choices. The art of war concepts show us how to turn positive expectations into reality and develop a resilient mindset that can turn bad luck into good.